So that's x is positive 6. And then something plus 3 equals 0. Negative 3 plus 3 equals 0. So we got a couple of intercepts there. This is the larger of the two. And so in coordinate form, we would just say, well, I got these two intercepts. Where are they going? I got these two intercepts. One of them is at negative 3, 0. The other one's at 6, 0. They want the bigger one, so just give them that one. And again, if they don't take it as coordinate form, you can just tell them it's just 6, and that's fine. Looking good there. A real quick take on this one. I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but I figured it was weird compared to the other ones. Number 13, you'll notice there's no x term, there's no b term, whatever we call it. And so if you want to handle it the way we've been doing, you certainly can. And we'll be like x and y. And then you can be like, well, if I plug in a 0, then I'll get negative 49 out. And then to find a new 0 is tough because there's no like second term to do the thing we usually do. So new 0 is actually the same thing as old 0. So this one actually you'll find that if you draw it well enough, what it means when there's no x term changing things up, it means that we have an up and a down adjustment, in this case 49 steps down. Pretend like that's 49. And then it'll just kind of do its thing right from the middle there. There's no left and right. And that's whatever. But what it means for us is if we're going to find the vertex, it's just in the middle and at 49 steps down already. So we actually kind of already found the vertex. It's at 0, negative 49. The vertex is 0, negative 49. And then the y-intercept is that same dot because it also is the dot where we hit the y-axis, 0, comma, negative 49. Or maybe they just want the negative 49 part. And then the largest x-intercept, we're going to handle that. That one you'll probably handle the same way as the other ones, though, because you got to find out the x-intercepts means the y value is 0, and you just shoot in a 0 for the y value. The way it might look on this one is we would go like 0 equals 4x squared minus 49. And then we'll just start factoring it, difference of squares might work. Or else you can solve it by just starting to get the x squared by itself and square root it. That's fine too. We got 2x minus 7 and 2x plus 7. And then solve them both for 0. If you do like 2x minus 7 equals 0, you start doing the plus 7 thing and etc. and see where that takes you. And then you get two similar looking answers. Pick which one they ask you for. Looking good. Wanted to mention that. See where that takes you. Okay. Only other thing I wanted to mention on this part is, okay, if you get a negative on your x squared, don't let it freak you out. I'm not going to do this whole thing. That's what I said about the last one, but I'm not going to do this whole thing. But maybe when you're doing the thing like we do, you can plug in 0 and you get out 30. And then when you're trying to figure out what to take out of both of these, it's okay to take out the negative along with it, and we'll be like they both have a negative and an x. You don't have to do that, but it makes things a little bit easier if you take the negative out. And that way it's easy to find that, in this case, negative 1, right? Negative 1 plus 1 is still the new 0. And then that'll give you the extra 30 out. And then you start finding the vertex by shooting junk in there. Anyway, wanted to at least mention that. It's good to take the negative out because it makes it easier to find the new 0.